Woohoo! The new Figaf website is live. I've always despised these things where people boast about they've created this new website, come and check it out and buy all our stuff. It's like, who cares? After I've been through this now again, I can see why you are doing that, why it's something that you're proud of. It is something that takes time, effort and money to create. I wanted to get this little figure walking around on the website and showing you all the different cool places you can find on this website. But that was something we did in the early 2000s, so we'll not do that here, unfortunately. I do think there's actually a couple of lessons that is interesting. One is the budget. So when I started out wanting to update the website, I had an idea about how much I wanted to spend on this. And I think that's the same when you want to creating an integration. You have a budget that you think this is what it will cost, and some contractor says this is probably a safe bet that it will cost this amount. And then as we went through it, we found out there was some contractors that didn't work, some other where we had other challenges and some different technical details. And all of this just added to the price of the project. And then once you get into it, it's like, okay, do we want to have this extra button that can do these things or not? And it's like, okay, we've spent this much, should we just give us 5-10% more? Get the features we want now instead of having to wait until whatever, some later part. And it's the same with integration. You can obviously create a budget, you can be good at estimating, and if you didn't see the video I created earlier where I was trying to explain how you could actually estimate any project really simple. The second lesson, and I think that is also an important one, is there's some things that you really enjoy and that you're good at. And for me, obviously it is creating new features for the tool. So we have really a good process for getting input for a feature, designing how it should be, creating it, testing it, and deliver it to customers. So that process is really simple, and I really enjoy working with that. The process about working on figuring out how to create a website, how do you make it look cool and interactive and actionable and stuff like that, is a lot different. So it works in two different ways, and I definitely know which one I prefer to work with. From a technical perspective, there's also the part about me as a developer being really into the nuts and bolts and knowing everything about why this solution works, what it can do, and everything like that. And that is what I really think is the coolest part. But sometimes I also need to go and take on the business side and then be able to explain this cool little feature on a higher level that makes it easier to communicate what the Figaf tool can do for your company, for your projects, much simpler. So it's two sides, but the developer side is the one I think is most fun, but the other one is just necessary. And yes, I think the last lesson is that if your product evolves, you need to be able to keep updating the site, keeping the communication consistent. And I think that has been one of the things that we have been lacking on the old side. We had the Figaf ET tool we started out with and doing testing, and now it's the full DevOps cycle, and it's two different products and cycles that we're working on, and that makes it really difficult to update. So now we've created some different product categories coming from our DevOps solution, which is the full SAP PI CPI management tool with testing, tracking, monitoring, and everything like that built into it. And hopefully that will be easier for customers to see what the different solution is and what they can do. I do hope you want to check out the website and see what kind of tools we have that can make your life as a PI, CPI developer easier. So go to figaf.com.